Last video we already discussed about the climate condition and the important soils in Karnataka. So these are the topics we have discussed in last video. So in this video we are discussing about next other two important topics in our Karnataka. So that is, first one is natural vegetation, second one is we are discussing about animal resource. So in that both also we are discussing in this video. So first of all we want to know natural vegetations. So before that we want to know what is meant by natural vegetations. So here they say we can see there are different types of plants and trees. They are growing naturally in the place of in our earth. We can see there are different types of plants and trees. They are growing naturally in our earth. So this one is they called as a natural vegetations. So now we understood what is meant by natural vegetations. So when you are discussing about Karnataka, Karnataka is one of the rich diversity place. Because of we can see there are different types of plants and spices we can see in the region of Karnataka. This is one of the important place we can grow. There are different types of different types of plants and spices. And in that we can see plant spices. This is one of the important vegetations we can see or we can grow in the place of Karnataka. And these plants securing world as our place as a ecological balance. So in that purpose, the Karnataka is one of the important diversity place based on vegetations. And we can see there are different types of trees are growing in the place of Karnataka. Some of the important trees here they given. So one is here they given. Here they given some of the important trees, and before that we want to know, so these trees, which are the purpose for they using. So here they are saying some of the example: timber, firewood, raw material for industry, medicine herbs, honey, bamboo and cane. So these are the purpose for they using by trees. So now we understood Karnataka, this is one of the important diversity place, and we can see there are different types of plants and spices. So next one they given, and this one of the species place also based on the plants. We cannot see these type of plants in any other state or any other part of the world. So that much of natural vegetations we can see in only on one place, that is Karnataka. And they are using their different purpose. These are the plants. So this also, so on that purpose the Karnataka is one of the diversity place. And not only this one, we can see animals also, wild animals also in our Karnataka. So here is saying we can see some of the important animals: tiger, lion, cheetahs, wild buffaloes, elephants, deer, peacocks. So these are the important animals we can see in Karnataka. And this natural vegetation help us to develop a tourism, and in that based on we can protect a pollution also, environmental pollution. So in that purpose, forests are very important. And when we are discussing about natural vegetation of Karnataka, we want to know about sandalwood. Because of sandalwood, this one tree, we can grow only one state, that is in Karnataka. We cannot grow in any other part of the world. So only one place are suitable to grow a sandalwood, that is Karnataka. So on that base, we can see that only they are using for different purpose. Because of perfume, objectives of interact carving soaps or medicines or manufacturing. So these purpose for they using by sandalwood. And this one is not only uses of in Karnataka, we can see in overall the world. So this sandalwood tree, their most demandable tree still now. And still now Karnataka is one of the important leading state. They exporting sandalwood to other states and foreign also. So in that reason for only Karnataka for the given title also, that is land of sandalwood. Why they called as the land of sandalwood? Because of this only land suitable to grow the tree as a sandalwood. So that's why they given name as the land of sandalwood. And based on natural vegetations, we can there are different types of vegetations in Karnataka. We cannot see same structure or same features of forest. We can see there are different types of forest we can see in Karnataka. So which are the types of forest we can see in Karnataka? So specially are they given four types of forest we can see in Karnataka. So one is evergreen forest, second one deciduous forest, and third one mixed forest, and last one here they given grassland or shrubs. So these day in Karnataka we can see there are 4 types of forest. One is evergreen, second one deciduous, third one mixed forest, and fourth one here they given grassland and shrubs. So we want to discuss that means each one by one forest. So what are the features we can see in each forest or each types of forest, and which are the districts we can see that one forest. So this only now we want to discuss. So first one we want to know about evergreen forest. So evergreen forest means which area in Karnataka, so that place receiving more than 250 centimeters, that much of rain per annum. Per year, if any place of Karnataka, so that place they receiving more than 250 centimeter, that much of rainfall per year. So these forests were we are given name as a evergreen forest. And here we can see in the types of foresting we can see heavy rain and high temperature. So these like of features we can see. And second one feature, the trees are go very tall and very dense forest. Very dense forest. We cannot enter easily in that forest. So that much of dense forest, and trees are growing very tall, very height. So these like of features we can see in evergreen. One is heavy rain, second one heavy temperature, and the trees are grow very tall and the forests are very dense. And here we can see these are the important features we can see. And how much of dense this one forest means sunlight cannot enter the surface of the land in the forest of evergreen. So that much of dense forest we can see in evergreen forest. In that evergreen forest, sun rays did not touch the earth surface. So that much of dense forest we can see in Karnataka. So in that forest only they give a name as a evergreen forest. And here they given we can see there are different types of tall trees. Because same measures trees we cannot see because of there are different types of trees are growing in evergreen forest. So we can see on that page rosewood, mahogany, hino, teak, dupa and heblosu. So these are the important trees they are growing in the place of evergreen forest. And next one here is saying in the trees middle we can see thick shrubs also. So that's why these forests are very dense. Not only tall trees we can see shrubs. So that's why tall short trees also we can see. So that's why we cannot enter in that forest very easily. So very dense forest. And we can see some of the spices. So most of the spices in our Karnataka they are growing in the place of evergreen forest. Especially here they given cinnamon, cardamom, cloves and medicine plants. So these are the important vegetations they are growing in the place of evergreen forest. And this one is very suitable place also, this one forest. And this like a forest we can see in Karnataka in some of the districts. So which are the districts in we can see? Here is saying Uttar Kannada, Dakshina Kannada, Shivamogga, Hassan, Chikamagaluru, Chamarajanagar and Kodagu. So these districts in we can see as a evergreen forest. And second one here they given, that is deciduous forest. So here is saying because of the lack of moisture in the environment and soil, so trees they shades they living in the month of winter. Here is saying after the winter seasons because of the low moisture level so in the soil, so that's why the leaves are shed down in the month of in the season of after winter. So these like a futures forest structure we are given name as a deciduous forest. Evergreen forest means throughout year the color of leaves in that place are very green. But in deciduous forest we cannot say. In some of the seasons, especially in after the winter season, commonly in the trees of the deciduous forest the leaves are shed down. So that's why they given name as a deciduous forest. And here is saying this deciduous forest, so this place receiving by 60 to 120 centimeter, that much of rainfall they receiving per year. Evergreen forest more than 250 centimeter. So when we are discussing about deciduous forest, these forest they receiving only 60 to 120 centimeter, that much of rainfall they receiving annually. And which are the districts we can see this one forest? Here is saying Chikmagaluru, Mysore, Chamarajanagar and eastern part of Hassan, Tumkuru, Chikkaballapura, southern part of Kolar, Mandya, Ramnagar and Bangalore rural. So these are the districts in we can see as a deciduous forest. And which are the important trees can grow in that region? So here is saying teak, kino, mahogany, neem, mango, jack, flame, cocoa, banyan, sandal and bamboo. So these are the important trees are growing in the place of deciduous, and this forest not that much of dense. We have discussed evergreen forest are very dense, but when you are discussing about deciduous forest, this forest is not that much of dense. We cannot see. And next one, third one types of forest here they given, that is mixed forest. So the mixed forest means here is saying, so the forest are evergreen forest and deciduous forest. Both the types of trees or both types of forest also we can see in a same place. So in that forest for they give a name as a mixed forest. So in that place the rain receiving by the place as a 120 to 150 centimeter per year. So that much of rains we can see. So which are the districts we can see this like a forest? Here they given Udupi, some part of Uttara Kannada, Dakshina Kannada, eastern part of Kodagu, Chikamagaluru, Hassan and Mysore districts. So in that regions we can see as a mixed forest. You are understood, mixed forest means we can see the types of evergreen forest and the types of deciduous forest. Both mixed trees or both mixed structure of the forest only we are called as a mixed forest. And which are the important trees we can see in that forest? Here is saying teak, kino, mahogany, hectic, sandal, jack and bamboo. So these are the important crops, important trees we can see in the place of mixed farming, mixed forest. And next one, here which are the trees are growing in the place of mixed farming in the based on commercially purpose only they are growing, and valuable trees also for the purpose of commercial. So after this one we want to know next one, fourth important types of forest. So that is here given grassland and shrubs. So which are the place they receiving less than 60 centimeter annual rainfall. If any place they receiving below 60 centimeter rainfall, so this region in this region vegetation for only they give a name as a grassland and shrubs. Because of here scanty rain and dry weathers, so that's why we cannot see that much of forest area or vegetations or trees. We can see only short grass or thorny shrubs or scrub vegetations. So these like of features only we can see because of scanty rainfall. We cannot get that much of rain, very less rainfall. So that rain or that water could not sufficient to grow trees. So that's why we can see only short trees, scrubs or thorny shrubs. So this only we can see in grassland and shrubs forest. And here they give some important vegetations. Here they given cactus, acacias, bamboo, bela, palm trees, anchi, kunti grass. So these are the important vegetations we can see, and some of the trees also we can see banyan, neem, pupil trees and palas. So these are the important some of the trees also we can see in the place of grassland and shrub forest. And these type of forest we can see in some of the districts of Karnataka. So which are the districts we can see? Here is saying Bidar, Kalaburgi, Yadgiri, Raichur, Koppal, Vijaypur, Ballari, Chitradurga and some other districts of our Karnataka. So in that regions we can see as a grassland and shrubs. So after that we can see some of the small amount of some other vegetations also or other forests also we can see in Karnataka. So in that first one they given mangrove forest. So these mangrove forest commonly growing in salt water. This mangrove forest growing commonly in salt water. That means now we understood this forest we can see only in the region of coastal areas, especially in deltas, means where the rivers and the oceans both also merging place in that place, and estuaries and beaches, coastal lines in the coastal plains or coastal lines. So in that regions in commonly we can see vegetations, and these vegetations commonly growing in salt water. So in the type of forest where they give a name as a mangrove forest. And this forest we cannot see that much of forest in our Karnataka. Only limited area or limited places in only trees are growing in Karnataka, especially already told in coastal region. So after that we can see another types of forest in Karnataka, that is Shola forest. That means in Karnataka some of the areas, some of the place have above the sea level of 1400 meters. And here the temperature is very cool climate. this place, some of the place in Karnataka, they have above the sea level 1400 meters. So this place we can see always the area is, that place is very cool. So example they are given Kudremukha, Babudangiri, Biligiri Ranganabetta and Brahmagiri in Kodagu. So these are the important, and here in that place in slopes areas we can see only the grass. And here we can see streams and hills also we can see. So that's why here we cannot see that like of trees in the region of 1400, that much of height areas regions in, we cannot see that much of trees because of the cool weather. So in the types of structures in growing by only the grass, so that's why they give a name as a Shola forest. So these like small amount of other types of forest also we can see in Karnataka. One is mangrove, second one is Shola forest. But majorly we can see there are 4 types of forest in Karnataka. One is we have discussed evergreen forest, second one deciduous forest, after that we have discussed about mixed forest, and last one we have discussed about grassland and shrubs. So these are the important forests we can see in Karnataka. So now we understood based on vegetations Karnataka has a diversity because of we cannot see same types of forest in all over the Karnataka. Because of we have discussed in each districts also we can see some of the different types of forest, and amount of rain also we can see some of the variation. So on that based forest structure also we can see difference. So on that base we want to know distributions of forest. In Karnataka we can see 43.4 lakh square kilometers. So this much of areas covered as a forest. In Karnataka 43.4 lakh square kilometers, this land we can call it as a forest area. That means total percentage of based on India is saying by 22.6% of forest we can see only one place, that is in Karnataka. So when you are comparing to other states in India, so in Karnataka they have 22.6% of forest in our geographical area. And here is saying based on this structure or based on this one percentage, our Karnataka have 7th position in forest resource. And we can see in Karnataka, in Uttar Kannada, they have the highest forest area. Next place going to Shimoga. Another one Chamarajanagar. And lowest forest in Karnataka, that is Vijayapur. So these like we can see some of the place they have highest forest and some of the place they have lowest. Highest means first one is Uttar Kannada. After that we can see Shimoga and Chamarajanagar. Finally lowest forest in Karnataka, that is Vijayapura. So these like they are same. So after the natural vegetations or forest, we want to know next one animal resource. So Karnataka, when we are discussing about animal, so this was one of the biodiversity place. So why we want to call this one is biodiversity place? Because of these types of, or what we are seeing animals of in Karnataka, we cannot see or we cannot find in any other region of the world. So that much of special animals we can see in the region of Karnataka. And they say this Sahyadri Hills, especially in Malnad regions, or Sahyadri rank or Sahyadri place. So this one have hotspot for world, here they are saying for world biodiversity. And this one called as a World Heritage Area also. Because of, already I told, this Sahyadri range or the Sahyadri structure, we can see the special animals, special features animals, and one of the important World Heritage Areas. So why they called as a World Heritage Areas? Because of what we are saying in world in animals. So in that world total animals, in 25% of animals we can see in only one state, that also in only one place, that is in Sahyadri range. In Sahyadri region only we can see 25% of animals total around the world. Means remaining 75% of animals only we can see other part of India and other part of the world. Leave it 25% of population of the animals we can see only one range or one place, that is Karnataka or Sahyadri range. And 10% of population of tigers in the world. So that much of 10% of populations we can see in our Karnataka. In our country, 10% of the tigers also we can see in the place of Karnataka. So that like they saying. So that's why this place is one of the World Heritage Area or World Biodiversity Area. And which are the important animals we can see in Karnataka? So here they give us some important animals. One is leopard, boar, bison, stag, deer, bear, and propin. And these like not only this one, we can see snakes. There are different types of snakes and colorful birds. Also we can see in our forest of Karnataka. And here is saying the central part of Western Ghats in Karnataka. This one they called as a Malnad. So this is naturally biodiversity heritage. This Western Ghats of Karnataka, this one they called as a Malnad region. So in this Malnad region have a biodiversity place because of we can see very rich of variety of animal resource we can see in the place of Western Ghats. And next one we can see in that based on the Western Ghats we can some of the forest areas in Karnataka, important forest areas or wildlife animals areas. So in coastal regions we can see Uttara Kannada and Belagavi and Sahyadri Malnad range. So these like we can see. So here we can see in Sahyadri Malnad range, Baba Budangiri range, BR Hills and Malay Mahadeshwar Hills, Gopalaswamy Hills. So these are the southern Maidans, some of the important forest areas. And Ranebennuru, this one we can see main animal sanctuaries in northern Maidan. So these slide we can see all over the Karnataka, some of the important forest areas are animal, wildlife, animal sanctuaries also we can see in Karnataka. In coastal region and Malnad region also we can see, and Belagavi regions and northern Maidan also we can see, same in southern Maidan also some of the important forest areas or wildlife areas we can see in Karnataka. And totally in our Karnataka there are 5 national parks we can see in Karnataka and 4 bird sanctuaries and 17 wildlife sanctuaries. So these like in that based only we can see these animal resources are very rich in the place of Karnataka because of this numbers only showing 5 national parks, 4 bird sanctuaries and 17 wildlife sanctuaries. That means just you have to imagine it, how much of animals or how much of natural wealth or wildlife animals wealth resource we can see in Karnataka. So that's why we are called Karnataka or the region of Sahyadri or Malnad region we are called as a World Heritage range or area. So these are the important points about natural vegetations and animal resources. So next class we can discuss about next another important topic. Okay, thank you.